Hello and welcome to another mystery video. We're going to see a lot of these lately. I have really been in the mood for mystery patterns. I've just got an itch in me to just constantly crochet something different after working all those long projects, those projects that took a long time to make. I just want to make a bunch of stuff. So if you're new to the channel, I have a stack of patterns here that was put together by my son to the best of his ability. And and he does this because he really loves what we're doing here. He's excited. He really is a driving force behind the mystery patterns as I first thought of it, but he fine-tuned it and turned it into what we have today. So we're very grateful for Justin for that. So what he does for me is he picks out a bunch of patterns, and if they need to be, if any of them have parts in there that need to be blacked out because those parts might give away what it is, like it says the scarf or the bag or the hat, he blacks that out. We have no titles and no pictures. Most of these don't have pictures. These very, very, very old ones don't have pictures to begin with. Justin has all of the titles. So what I'm going to do is pick a number, work the pattern. We won't know what it is until it's done because we have no context. So let's pick our pattern. Okay. Well, open. Number 12. So we are recycling numbers. So if you saw me work, oh, it's on top too. You saw me work number 12 a few videos ago. As soon as I work a number, Justin immediately replaces it to keep our bowl full. So that's why you're seeing number 12 again, even though a few videos ago, I already worked a number 12. This is a new number 12. So we have 12 rounds. This is an 1846 book. So far, every pattern has been worked out of this book. That's just because we have so many of them. So the majority of the numbers in the bowl are attached to this book here. So again, we don't have any material. Let's see, 12 rounds is not that big. I think I'll go with the sport weight today to get out of the thread a little bit. I know the thread can be hard to see for some people. I will go back to working with thread. My last video, I worked with an Aran or worsted weight. So this time I'll work with a sport weight just to make whatever this is a little smaller than the last item. I'll be right back. So I have here a number 3. I would consider this about a sport weight. It's maybe a kind of a heavy sport weight. And I think the color, you will be able to see the color, no problem. And so here we go. I'm going to show the pattern, and then I'm just going to work it so I don't have to keep grabbing it, which slows me down a little bit. So you can take your screenshots or pause the screen. That is the full pattern. All right, let's just jump right in now. We have a chain of 9 stitches that we need to start off with. And oh, of course, I forgot, most importantly, to those who are new to the channel and aren't familiar with these types of patterns, these are nearly 200-year-old UK patterns. So everything you know about stitch terms, throw that out the door because it's not going to apply to these patterns. Here are, I have them backwards, there we go. Here are these stitch terms. Feel free to pause the screen and practice with these, play with these, look at these. Okay, so the pattern wants us to start with 1 double crochet and 1 chain in every stitch. So let's go ahead with 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, it's going to want me to work in each chain stitch. I typically don't like to do that. I find that it causes a little bit of unevenness and bubbling, and it doesn't look very good. So I kind of want to just work around the chain, if that's okay. So I'm going to start with a stacked single, and then a chain 1. And that's my double crochet plus chain 1. Chain 1. So I need 9 of these total. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 and 9, chain 1, and I'm going to slip stitch into the top of my stacked single. There we go. Okay, what's next? It's round 2 is 2 double crochet, putting the needle through the chain of the round before, then 2 chain, and that's it. That's all it says. 2 treble, putting the needle through the chain of the round before and 2 chain. Okay, so I think I need to slip stitch over. I think so. And I will start with a stacked single, 2 treble, chain 2. It doesn't say to skip anything. It's not actually saying to skip anything. Does this pattern call for me to skip anything anywhere? If it would call for miss. So this does right here. It says to miss 5, miss 1, miss 1. So maybe into the top of this stitch here. No, because it says through the chain. 2 double, putting the needle through the chain. Of course, I'm going to work around the chain. I'm going to say around the chain of round before, then 2 chain. It's not saying to skip anything, so that's kind of blowing my mind. Unless it wants me to, well, maybe it wants me to do this. To work 2 double crochet into the same stitch, 2 chain, and then work 2 double crochet into the chain space, 2 chain, and then 2 into, do you think that's what it might mean? I mean, maybe. All we can do is look at the next round and see what it looks like. All right, round 3, 3 double in the chain of the last round, 3 chain. I think it wants me to skip. I think that my initial instinct was correct. And I can promise you I'm not overthinking this. I'm just thinking it through. I'm just working it out. I work these out in real time. I don't practice with these beforehand. So what you're seeing is me working this out in real time. So I'm not stressed. I'm not overthinking. I'm simply thinking. I'm simply just trying to work it out. And I love doing it. I am actually having so much fun. I love trying to figure these out and seeing if I'm a success or whatever the case may be. See, one thing I don't really like, I might go back and start this over again. One thing I don't like about working with a chain, a starting chain that's too big, you get this bubbling, you see? And then whatever your piece is very, it's very wavy and bubbly in the middle. See how it wants to bubble? I have noticed that with these old patterns. If I were to reduce this down to maybe 5 chains, I bet it would be more stable. So I'm going to actually try that because it's bubbly. Nobody wants a bubbly doily. I think it's a doily. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm going to start with just 5. See how that works out. I'll be right back. I started it over, making things smaller. It doesn't want to bubble anymore. It's just normal. And so now this is the end of round 2. I'm going to slip stitch. I already chained 2. I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that stacked single. And now for round 3, 3 double in the chain of the last round, chain 3. Yeah, I feel confident that I got round 2 correct. Bear in mind, no, these patterns are not going to tell you that you need to slip stitch over. They're not going to tell you things like that because these are assumption-based patterns. They just assume you should already know what they mean. Very basic, just like cooking recipes from way back then. They give you the ingredients. It's up to you to figure out how to cook it, at what point to add those ingredients, at what temperature to cook it at. They just give you, if you're building a house, these patterns are the dirt work. They're barely the foundation. They're the dirt work. That's not really a good analogy. These patterns are sort of the bone or the skeleton of the house, but it's up to you to figure out how to put the roof on, how to put the walls on, how to lay the foundation. So, and that's what they expect. So when I slip stitch over, I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that I'm supposed to be slip stitching over, even though the pattern doesn't call for me to do that. It is assumed. And that was chain 3s, yes. Okay. 1, 2, 3. A lot of these doilies look very similar. I feel like I am working the same doily in a row over and over again, kind of, with little differences. I would say that the doily where I got the title of the doily wrong, that was probably one of my favorite doilies I had worked in a long time. I titled that video the way I titled it, a pattern to fall in love with, for a reason. I really fell in love with that pattern. Regardless of if I got it wrong or if I got it right, I liked the way the final result looked. I liked the way it turned out. It was so pretty and so easy to do. So I am really enjoying working these. I love the challenge. Even if I get them wrong, I don't care. I'm just having fun. I hope you guys are having fun too, or else this wouldn't be worth doing. There we go. Okay. So round 4, forgive me, is going to be 5 treble in the chain. And it just says in the chain, so I'm assuming in the chain space. 2 chain. 5th round, this could wind up being a fast video. 5th round is 7 treble or double crochet in the chain with 1 chain separating. Wait, didn't we just work this? Did we just work this? No. When we get down here to the 6th round, why does all of this look so familiar? Okay, so I'm going to work round 4 and 5 off camera. It's the same as the last 2 rounds. It's just the chain counts are different. The double crochet numbers are different, but I'll be right back. I feel like I just worked this like this month. Is this a repeat pattern? Hold on. Well, I'm convinced so many of these patterns, at least the doily patterns in this book, are just written with almost the same formula. So it seems like we're working a repeat pattern. I went and looked at the first mystery of this month. It's similar, but not exactly the same. It starts off different. It's worded different. So, because I was going to scrap this whole video and be like, well, I already worked this pattern, but no, it's different. But I am going to now slip stitch over because it says here for the 6th round, we need to work 10 chains, miss 7, 1 plain in the middle of the 7 treble in the last round. So 1, 2, 3, I'm going to slip stitch my way over, let's see here, to the middle of this first shell, 1, 2, 3, right here, and work a single crochet, 10 chains, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, and work a single crochet in the middle of the next shell over, and repeat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, right there. Oh, right, so that was round 6. Now for round 7, it says 1 double, 1 chain in every stitch for 8 stitches, and then miss 3. So I will start here. 1 double and 1 chain in every stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3. I'll be right back. Okay, well, there is 8, and then it says to miss 3. I have 3 chains left, and I have my chain 1. So I wonder if I'm supposed to work in this first stitch or slip over. Let's see. If I were to, if I were to slip over 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then I would skip the last chain, the single crochet, the first chain. I think that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So actually, I'm gonna see how this would look worked like this. Around the chains, I think I can get away with working around the chains. I'm just playing, you know, I'm just having fun with it. Not taking it too serious. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I might go back and work in the chains. I just want to see. Yeah, it's just a little too floppy, not worked in the chain. Okay, I'll be right back. I think that looks pretty good, working in the chains. So I slip stitched over to the second chain and started working my 8, skipped the last chain, 1, 2, 3, and then worked another 8 with 1 chain separating everything. So I'll demonstrate that for you. I do chain 1, and I skip the last chain, the single crochet, and the first chain, and then I began working my 8 double crochet separated by a chain 1 without skipping anything. Okay, so for rounds 8 and 9, the question I have to ask myself, because it's not specific, and I'll show you, 8th and 9th round, 1 double, 1 chain, miss 1. It doesn't say whether or not we are meant to work that on top of the previous round's doubles or in the chain 1 spaces between. I worked both to see which one I prefer, because at this point, it's going to be maker's choice. So which do I prefer? Well, this one here looks more full. This one here would look more feathered out, and this would look more full. So which do I prefer? They both look almost the same, but then not. I think I'll try this side, and if I hate it, it's not a big deal. I can undo it and work this side. So in order to start that, I will slip stitch over to the chain space and then begin. And I will just do a chain 3 here, actually a chain 4, and then into the next chain space. Okay, so I'm going to work this all around for 2 rounds, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like, and I'll see what I think of it. I might want to undo it and do the other way. I don't know. Did I forget to do a chain 1 there? I did. Okay, so I will be right back. Right, I like it like this with the stitches worked in between. I feel like it looks really good. So let's move on to round 10. And round 10 is 3 plain, 6 chain, miss 5. 3 plain, 6 chain, miss 5. How do they want that to look? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 plain. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Maybe that's what they mean. So I'll slip over again. And let's see if this is what it is. 1, 2, 3. And then 6 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Miss 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm guessing. I'm only guessing at this. I could be totally wrong. But that's what I'm going to go with for now, and we'll see. Let's see. Let's 11th round is 1 chain, miss 1, 1 plain, 1 chain, miss 1, 6 double. So let's see what that would look like. 1 chain, okay, 1 plain, 1 chain, miss 1, 1 chain, miss 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah. So it probably doesn't matter then. Other than it looks less uniform if I work it will look less uniform if I work my first single crochet here in the joining stitch. It looks more uniform with it 1 over the double and 1 on each side of the double. Doesn't that look more uniform? Because it would seem it doesn't matter where these 3, again, I'm just guessing. It would seem it doesn't matter where these 3 single crochet sit. So it's maker's choice, I guess, how uniform you want it to look. So I'll be right back. I'm going to keep working this all around. All right, so that is round 10 all done. So round 11 says to work 1 treble. Let's see here. Round 11 is 1 chain, miss 1, 1 plain, 1 chain, miss 1, 6 treble. So what I'm going to do is 1 plain right here in my joining stitch, 1 chain, miss 1, 1 plain, 1 chain. I don't have anything to miss. And then 6 treble, and I'm just going to work those around the chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then 1 chain, miss 1. It's wanting me to miss the first, so work 1 here. Oh, I started it off wrong, all wrong. Started that off wrong. So I'm going to have to slip stitch over again. The first single crochet needs to be worked in the middle stitch, and there's only 1 single crochet that is to be worked. I misread it. 1 chain, miss 1, 1 plain, 1 chain, miss 1, 6 treble. There was no second plain, so that was just my bad. Okay, so now we miss 1 and work the 6 double crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1 chain, miss 1, work a plain in the middle, 1 chain, miss 1, work the 6 double crochet. Okay, I'll be right back. Right, there is round 11 done, and round 12 says 1 double crochet, 1 chain, miss 1. I like the way this looks as is, so I'm going to work that and show you what it looks like. But I love the way this looks, the way it's already finished with the pretty little ruffle edges. I kind of feel like working some open crochet stitches would kind of ruin it a little bit. But okay, so let's see, do I want to start here? Oh, I'll slip over again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was 1 double, 1 chain, miss 1. So skip. So now we're just gonna border this with some open crochet or filet crochet. And I don't know how thrilled I am about it. I'll be right back. Let me work up a little bit and show you what that looks like. I kind of actually like it. So I want to see how it looks. I'm committed at this point. I want to see how it looks worked all the way around because, well, now you can choose if you want to follow along. I kind of like it now. I kind of like having this part sort of in case. It's an interesting visual. So now I'm sold. I think it's a win-win. I'm sold on both ways. So I'll be back. I'm going to go ahead and finish this. There it is. Okay, I do like it finished the way it's finished. Like it gives it a little more of an elegance to it, doesn't it? So there we go. Pretty sure it's a doily, but I got to go get the title. So I'll be right back. Okay, so this one is called the scallop pattern, and I can see why. You have some scallops here, and then of course you have the scallops here. And I like it. I really do. And I mean, I obviously used a thread, likely much larger than they called for, but it's a doily. You can use any size thread you want. It really doesn't matter. Okay, guys, well, that's that. I am going to retire this pattern now and move on immediately to the next one because I can't tell you how encouraged and excited I am to keep making these. Oh my God. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.